we'd always been doing cold outbound to other founders, especially YC founders. But we changed it up and we built a Chrome extension that let us actually sort of mock up or semi-spoof what CommandBar could look like in other companies' products. And so instead of like a cold email where we would describe the product and its benefits, we would just include these Loom videos, and they would say things like, hey, we're CommandBar, we do X. We noticed these 3 flows in your product that seem hard for users to do. It seems like they're generating a lot of chatter on your forum or whatever. Here's how easy they could be if you're using CommandBar. Let me show you. And I think we sent like 200 of those emails and got like a 20 to 30% reply rate. And that's how we ended up getting our first 10 like real customers, besides the folks in the batch. Not that they weren't real, but they were just much earlier stage.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. So when you had that Chrome extension, what exactly was that doing? Was this when you introduced kind of like a chat widget, or were you still in this?
No, this was just the search bar. We were just a single product company just doing that search bar through our Series A.
Got it. Okay. All right. So you use this Chrome extension, and you basically like recorded like, did you record like 200 videos? Like was it like a video per website? It wasn't just some generic thing that you were sending out to everybody of like.
No, it was like it basically allowed us to, it's not that fancy for Chrome extension, it just allowed us to embed. CommandBar is basically just JavaScript. And so it allows us to embed CommandBar on any site for the person who's currently browsing. Obviously, we can't make it available to companies' users. They have to install us for that. And so it would make it appear. And then there's a bunch of things you can do in CommandBar, no code. Today, you can do a lot. Back then, you could do a few things no code. And so we could set up some use cases and mock up others of users encountering a problem in the product, typing something into CommandBar and then seeing some result, whether that's like an action they can complete or it teleports them to the right page. But yeah, we created, like 200 of these Loom videos. I think we whittled it down. At my peak, I think I could do one of these in like 45 minutes because there's stages to it, right? Like you find the company, you got to log in, create an account, which, we all know onboarding flows are super painful sometimes. Like you got to fill out the 14 questions or whatever, get an account, become acquainted with the product, identify like we always did three things that could be better. And then you create you mock up the CommandBar and then you do the video.
Got it. Okay. And so you were using each of these products yourself, identifying like potential points of friction and then showing them how they could solve them.
Yeah, and it was visual. It was like it kind of made it seem like we had solved them. Honestly, I think that was part of what worked. Was it made it clear that it was pretty easy to get a basic version of CommandBar going. Which like you can say, oh, it's only going to take a day to get CommandBar up and running, but like no one believes you because anyone who buys software is burned by claims that software is easy to set up that end up not being true. And so I think it was a bit of like a show me, don't tell me situation where if we could create this video. Clearly, we weren't spending like days building one Loom video for one cold email. So I think there was a bit of a proof point that it actually was like pretty easy to use.
So it strikes me that, you're basically creating a new category here. And the Loom video is pretty smart because you don't have to try to figure out like, how do we explain this in an email in a way that they'll understand what the product does, right? Like we'll show them a video, but rather than just a demo video, we'll actually show them what this could do on their website, right? And so I think that's like super smart. I mean, it's a lot of work to do that, right? It's not like, hey, upload 200 email addresses into some outreach tool and write one email and whoosh, it's gone. This takes a lot of work. And I think that's probably why you got such a high response rate from people. What did you do beyond that? When you use that to start those conversations, get to the first real 10 customers, as you said, was that basically kind of your playbook for getting more customers?
Yeah, there was a second piece. I'll actually circle back to something you just said about the time required. Yes, this is not a kind of a quick marketing or sales hack. Like it definitely requires a bet. But I'll go as far to say that I love recommending this strategy to founders, not because it's efficient, but I believe, maybe this is somewhat of a spicy take, I believe if you try this and it doesn't work, like you don't get replies or the replies are tepid, I don't think your product is good. Or at least maybe it's good, but you're really bad at talking about it, or you have the wrong audience. If you really put the work in to identify pain, show how your product is solving that pain in an extremely customized way, like this isn't about sequence writing. This is like one-off emails, and it doesn't work, something is deeply wrong. And I think that makes it worth it, because being able to assess, I don't have product market fit in 200 hours is way faster than most companies determine they don't have product market fit. I think can save a lot of like wasted building. But to answer your question about what we did after that, pretty simple process. We got the meeting with this Loom, and then our whole pitch was like, try us. It's really easy. We've already done like 80% of the work, put it into the product and see what results it drives from users. And I think, and then we did that. And I mean, ultimately you have to create value to convert those into actual contracts. But I think people liked that we were confident. They saw that we'd put in a lot of the work to get them ready to go. And I think, if you can credibly convince someone that you can move a metric they care about, that's like basically what sales is.